All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. Pastor Dow here. I noticed that a lot of people are upset and making a lot of disparaging comments based on the topics and the subjects that I've been choosing lately to speak about. And of course, I understand exactly what's going on here in America. People refuse to have candid conversations about things that they believe that are controversial topics. While we can be objectively disagreeable, and while we're entitled to our own opinion, we're not entitled to our own facts, contrary to popular belief. I think the problem with society is today is that everybody's doing so much screaming and hollering and shouting, and nobody wants the other party or the other person to listen to them. And that's one thing I've noticed about my videos. Nobody ever attacks the message. Nobody ever attacks the subject that I'm talking about. They always result to attacking the character of the man. And of course, whenever they can't attack the subject or they can't argue against the subject, that's what people usually do. They usually resort to those type of low-based tactics, and they usually come from the demographics of people who definitely have a gutter mentality and a gutter outlook on life. Because if they can't articulate something, then they have no other choice but to resort to disparaging comments. They have no other choice to articulate things the best way they can, which is, environmentally challenged. So, I know that the real issue of today is that people, rather than having conflict with someone, they would just rather not discuss something and rather for people just go ahead and stay in their own lane or whatever you want to call it. My problem with issue with all this is that lies have been premeditated for so long, they've been prevalent for so long, is that I realize that a lot of people coming before me, nobody wants to deal with truth. I mean, we all pretty much know what the truth is, but some people will sit there and argue tooth and nail as if they have some type of inside track or some type of monopoly on the truth. But yet and still, when it comes down to it, most people just usually run from it. They would rather the lie to continue to keep on going rather than being challenged. Because the one thing about truth is it demands change, and it's going to challenge the social paradigm that is given today. And I realize that a lot of people don't have the integrity of heart, the intestinal fortitude, or the moral character to be able to deal with truth. And if that truth really, truly fits them, change. Well, opinions of subject to the person who is giving them, and that's it. If we continue to keep going this way as a people and a society, where are we headed? Where are we headed at in the world? Now, believe me, I'm under no illusion whatsoever at all. See, I'm a leader, and I realize I must stimulate thought of the people. I have to be able to do whatever I can to get people to research, to study, and to stop allowing things to continue on in this world or in this life. Let it be as it be. Whether you like it, understand it, comprehend it or not, whenever you allow lies to continue to keep being the norm, you're being taken advantage of. They're manipulating you. They're controlling you. They're dominating you. And it's only when you're able to stand on truth, no matter what that truth is. It's only whenever you're able to stand on that truth, that's when you truly, truly learn how to become free. Not only free in mind, body, and spirit, but a free thinker. And that's the one thing that people don't want you to think, that's one thing people don't want you to do. There's one thing that society don't want you to think. They don't want you to think outside of the particular social paradigm that they have given you, the social construct. Well, self-autonomy is really, 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 truly needed in this day, time, and hour that we're living in. I myself personally, I speak to people in truth, and I expect to be told the truth back. Am I under an illusion? No, I'm under no illusion at all. I realize that people are not going to do that. I understand that there's some things that are comfortable to talk about, and I understand that people get offended if you want to talk about the things that they're uncomfortable with talking about. That still doesn't change the fact that truth always sets free and a lie binds. There's a wise saying in a magnificent book out there that says that his people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And the whole purpose of being destroyed is because you reject it. So anytime you're rejecting knowledge and you take stuff for face value, what it is, you set yourself up for destruction. That is what pride is, though, isn't it? It always sets itself up for destruction. And boy, when you're arrogant and heady and high-minded, you can't deal with the facts as is for what they are, and you can't even change. You can't even manipulate your own mind to change to the truth because of your own personal book of the law. That's another thing I run across too, is that people value their opinion above the book who they say that they trust in and believe in. That one is always appalling to me. Somehow, some way, they can't even make their own mind, their own body, their own feelings, and their own emotions to fit the creator of the universe. We're in some serious trouble today. Very serious trouble. Well, again, hope I said something to stimulate thought. Makes no difference to me how offended that people get, but I can tell you this. You don't like what I'm talking about, like what I'm saying, you can exercise your option. You can go and never come back to this channel again, never visit it again, because the one thing I'm always going to do is I'm going to take an anvil and smack us all upside the head with the uncompromising, the unadulterated truth, because that truth will always set free.